Chapter 7 and 8. Now that's truly a strange woman, Ashiki Madarai whispered to himself while running. It wasn't that he wasn't careful. Quite the opposite. That was exactly why he was outsmarted. He couldn't have guessed from her actions that she would run away like this. But in hindsight, he realized that what she did was only natural. The cornered mouse will bite the cat, or so the proverb goes. But, in reality, it's very rare to find a mouse who would bite a cat. Even when they're seriously injured, can hardly move, and completely cornered, a mouse's first thoughts is still to try to escape. That's just a mouse's true nature. And that girl who turned heel and escaped is just the same. In other words, it's in her nature to run away.
In that case, all I have to do is catch her, and this will be over in no time.
His mouth twisted in a cruel smile. His face was that of a hunter chasing his prey. But his true goal wasn't simple, relentless predatism. And that cruel smile was perhaps a little excessive.
I'll catch her, and after giving her a good beating, I'll make her tell me everything about that incident.
The worst, largest incident in Hope's Peak Academy's history. Madarai hated that incident and everyone involved in it. Right now, getting revenge for the incident was the only thing driving him. It gave him motivation. He got his chance a few hours ago, when he received a suspicious anonymous message. Junko Anashima, who knows the secrets behind the incident, is going to show up in the Central Plaza. The possibility of it being a trap had crossed his mind, but he didn't care. Even if it had been a trap, it would have been an opportunity to see who set it up.
I'm gonna get my revenge. I must get my revenge. I still have someone who needs protection.
There was a flame burning inside his eyes. The moment he caught sight of his prey running ahead of him, he increased his own speed dramatically. His long hair flew behind him as he closed the distance between them in an instant. In no time at all, he would be able to reach out his arms and catch her.
It's over.
He pushed his left foot strongly into the ground and reached out with his long right arm. He could feel his fingers touching his prey's hair, when something happened. The prey suddenly changed direction with a sharp turn, almost as if she was slipping through Madarai's hands. Taken by surprise, he lost his balance. She had timed her move perfectly, almost as if she planned it all ahead.
Keh.
Madarai clicked his red tongue loudly and was soon back on his feet. He turned back towards his prey and started running again, but he quickly noticed something strange. His prey, running ahead of him, was doing something ridiculous.
What the?
The prey was writing something in a notebook as she was running.
Huh? Writing while running? That's clearly impossible, however you look at it.
He was bewildered. It wasn't just that he couldn't understand why she was doing it. He did not expect his prey to do anything other than simply try to escape. Isn't she just a mouse running away from danger? Could she actually have a plan beyond escaping? But it could also be a bluff. Just like when she first ran away, she might just be taking advantage of his vigilance in order to obtain a chance to escape again. Well, whatever it was, Madarai didn't have time for hesitation. His desire for revenge for the worst, largest incident in Hope's Peak Academy's history was too intense for him to give up now. He recklessly increased his speed, and was soon within reach of his prey once again.
This time it's really over.
He reached his right hand towards his prey's blind spot and grabbed her. No, all he grabbed was empty air. Once again, with timing that seemed precisely calculated, his prey suddenly changed course. Madarai, still pulled forward by leftover energy, saw a huge tree emerging from the darkness in front of him. He thrust his arms forward in panic, and the palms of his hands were soon met with the roughness of the tree's bark.
What the hell is going on?
Madarai kicked at the ground in anger, and was soon back in full speed. His prey was quickly within reach again, but as he reached his arms to strike her, she managed to slip away and escape again.
I can't catch her?
Even as that realization slowly dawned on Madarai, he couldn't explain it. She wasn't even turning her head to look at him. Her eyes were constantly on her notebook. How was she able to avoid his arms, coming at her from behind her back? She wasn't even avoiding him clumsily. She did it with perfect timing. It was almost as if she could see what was going on behind her back. No, that can't be right. Her timing was far too perfect for it to be something as simple as that.
It's like she knows what's gonna happen in advance. You've got to be kidding.
Madurai shook off the thought from his head and accelerated to full speed again. Soon, he was at his prey's defenseless back, reaching out his arm once again. The moment he was about to touch her, just as he expected, the prey dodged his hand and escaped. This time, however, Madurai anticipated it and turned his body sideways to match her movement. He extended both of his long arms and jumped towards the prey. It was a spectacular tackle. He had her, or so he thought.
What?
It was as if she knew he was going to anticipate her dodge. She crouched, again, with perfect timing, and passed by Madurai's feet like a turtle, causing him to clumsily twist his body forward and crash violently onto the ground. Madurai lay on the lawn for a short while, unable to move. He wasn't in pain, but a different kind of damage had been inflicted upon him.
What the hell?
At long last, he got back on his feet. He shook his long hair from his eyes and searched for his prey. He could see her figure running away, already small in the distance. As he watched his escaping prey, Madurai whispered to himself in an amazed tone,
I'm begging you. Please don't tell me she has precognition.
Precognition? That's probably what he's thinking right now, but no such thing exists, of course. No, it probably does exist somewhere in this world. At least, I'd like to think dreams sometimes mean something, but there's no way such a hackneyed power would awaken inside me during such a dangerous situation. This isn't a comic book, after all. No, this isn't something as outrageous as precognition. These are just predictions. I've been analyzing the things he seemed to think and the actions he took, and predicting the actions he was likely to take next. That's what my notebook taught me my talent is. Super analytical proficiency. I've been using my talent and predicting his next moves by analyzing his behavior patterns statistically. That's all. That said, that kind of analysis requires a vast amount of data. Without data, I can't predict anything at all. But that's exactly what Ryoko Odanashi's memory notebook is for. I've been extracting behavior patterns from his speech and actions, and have been exhaustively writing them down as usable data in my notebook. The battle between Madurai and Enoshima was a particularly important source of data. She attacked Madurai using a variety of techniques, and possibly even let herself get hit on purpose. Now that I think about it, she was probably trying to show me as many of his attack patterns as she could. I have no idea why someone like Enoshima would do something like that for me, but there's no doubt that's exactly why I'm able to predict his current behavior so perfectly. Nevertheless, I can't possibly predict everything about him based on just a few minutes worth of data. It's just that my current goal is to simply predict how he was going to behave in a chase situation, and for that I have more than enough. That's how I knew the timing, angles, and techniques he was going to use to try and catch me. But my current prediction is that he isn't going to give up just yet. Right now, he's still perplexed at the skill I have displayed. If my prediction is correct, he's going to realize very soon that the source of my newfound power lies in my notebook. It's likely he's going to chase me much more seriously from now on. If that's the case, there's a limit to how much I can keep running away randomly. So, what should I do? I predict that the answer will probably come to me soon. I've been running for a while, relying on the crude map of the central plaza that's drawn in my notebook. Soon, I passed the area overgrown with trees and came to a clearing. Just as I predicted, there was a small building there. That was my destination. The moment I saw it, fear and bravery began to intermingle inside my head. But I have no choice. I have to forget any fear and anxiety. I have no choice. I have no choice if I want to meet Matsuda. I have to do it. I'm sure I can do it. By the way, that wasn't a prediction just now. It was just enthusiasm.